Thank you for joining me today. My name is Ken Raggio, and today's Bible lessons are in the book of Daniel, chapters 3 and 4. King Nebuchadnezzar made an image of gold over 100 feet high, and he ordered everyone in Babylon to bow down and worship it on threat of death. But 3 Hebrew princes said, "No, if you really know your God, you will worship no other." That's what they told the king. We will not worship this God. Daniel 3:17 and 18, they said, "Our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up." Not only did Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego survive the fiery furnace, but there was also no physical evidence that they had even been in the fire. And that tells us that God can take you through your trial completely unharmed. You can survive your trial without loss if you'll trust him. Daniel 3:26 and 7, then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire, and the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. What a miracle they beheld that day. Then we have this question, what did Nebuchadnezzar actually see in the furnace with these 3 Hebrews? Did he see a man, the Son of God, or an angel? At first he called it the fourth man. He said, "I see 4 men loosed." But then he called it in the Hebrew text, he said that he resembles a son of the gods. We cannot believe this was the man Jesus Christ, because Jesus would not be born for another 600 years. It was an angel. In fact, Nebuchadnezzar admitted that. Daniel 3 and 28, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants." We must not say that was Christ in the fiery furnace. That was an angel of the Lord. Christ would be born of Mary 600 years later. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego walked out of the fiery furnace without even the smell of smoke on them, Nebuchadnezzar realized that he and all his officials had witnessed an astonishing miracle. When God-fearing people take a stand, God is glorified and the whole world takes note. Daniel 3:28 to 30, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him. There is no other God that can deliver after this sort." Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar blessed God. That's an amazing thing. And he said, "No other God can deliver after this sort." How many times will you ever have the opportunity to watch 3 men walk out of a fiery inferno unscathed? That furnace was so hot, the Bible said the guards who approached it died. Nobody but our God can deliver after this sort. But you and I can have a miracle too if we'll believe. Daniel 3:29, therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God that can deliver after this sort. And then again, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed a dream. And again, his magicians, astrologers, and soothsayers could do nothing to interpret it. Again, by God's help, Daniel interpreted the dream and saved the day. This and every major Bible story has a miraculous component, some sign or wonder or miracle or angel, etc. When you trust God, your story will also be miraculous. Listen to Nebuchadnezzar's testimony, Daniel 4 and 1. Nebuchadnezzar the king, unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, I thought it good to show the signs and wonders that the high God hath wrought toward me. How great are his signs, and how mighty are his wonders. Isn't that amazing? But then Nebuchadnezzar became filled with pride, and God sent him out to pasture as punishment. By the decree of the watchers and the demand of the word of the holy ones, which were angelic messengers, God abased the most powerful man on earth. He can do that. He can exalt or abase anyone he chooses. God can send a righteous leader to a righteous people, or he can send a fool to fools, because he is the King of kings and Lord of lords. Daniel 4:17, that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. Nebuchadnezzar became the great tree that was hewn down. Nebuchadnezzar dreamed about this great tree in the earth. It had fair leaves, much fruit for everyone, beasts resting under it, and birds nesting in it. But so-called watchers, who were heavenly agents, hewed it down, leaving only a stump. Daniel interpreted the dream. God was going to judge Nebuchadnezzar, and he must be converted from his evil ways. Daniel 4, verses 25 to 28, they shall drive thee from men. Thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. This brought about Nebuchadnezzar's 7 years of insanity. In the ancient clay tablet found in the British Museum under the identity number BM34113, this tablet describes Nebuchadnezzar's insane behavior. His life appeared of no value to him. He gives an entirely different order. He does not show love to son or daughter. Family and clan does not exist. The Expositor's Bible Commentary reports that there is no record of acts or decrees by King Nebuchadnezzar during 582 to 575 BC. This shows us what Daniel prophesied 4 times, chapters 4, verse 16, 23, 25, and 32. Daniel 4:32, thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee. 7 years. But after dreaming that he was this great tree hewn down by a watcher from heaven, Nebuchadnezzar experienced this devastating and traumatic reality check. God sent this great king into the fields where he lost his mind. But after the ordeal ended, Nebuchadnezzar greatly feared and reverenced God. I want to tell you that God knows how to sober us up, and he knows how to make us recognize his greatness. Nebuchadnezzar blessed and praised God after he was hewn down. Daniel 4:34 and 5, at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes unto heaven, and my understanding returned unto me, and I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion. All Bible believers believe in prayer. The parameters of prayer are mostly unlimited. Jesus said, if you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. That's John 14:14. But there's one area that is off limits, and that is opposing God's sovereign will. Nebuchadnezzar learned the hard way that God is always in charge. Not even a king is big enough to override God's final answer. We must learn to accept his judgments. Daniel 4:35, he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand or say unto him, what doest thou? And those are our lessons today. God bless you and save your eternal soul in Jesus' name. Thank you for watching. Please like and share and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, MeWe, Gab, CloudHub, BitChute, Rumble, YouTube, Telegram, Truth Social, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Visit my website at KenRaggio.com for thousands of pages of Bible articles on every subject. Subscribe to receive my daily Bible studies by email. Go to Amazon, search for books by Ken Raggio. You'll see my daily Bible companion, 5,000 lessons almost from every chapter of the Bible, 2-volume set, Old and New Testaments. Get the Daniel prophecies, God's plan for the last days, 726 pages with footnotes, 175 125 photos, one of the most powerful prophecy teachings anywhere. Get the greatest doctrines of the Bible. Get Praying on Purpose, Praying for Results, How Men Prevail with God. Get Long Winding Road, my very personal story. And Treasures of Darkness, How to See the Glory of God in Your Darkest Trials. Click the link below if you want all 9 books for only $125 here in the United States only. And please donate through the link below, and then share these videos with your friends. And I'll see you next time. Good night.